y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Winnie Bush and this is Winning with Winnie. Alright you guys, welcome. In today's video, we'll be looking at 8 USA universities that do not require international students to submit proof of funding before admission. This is the graduate edition. Linked up here, you'll see the undergrad edition for those who are pursuing their bachelor's degree. If you're ready, I am. Let's go! The first university we're taking a look at is Montana State University. So for Montana State University, it says that international applicants, it listed a bunch of documents that international students are required to provide during the online application process, which includes a completed application for graduate admission, a payment of a non-refundable application fee of $60, and then it also talked about transcripts of undergrad and also post-bachelorette study from H International. It talks about the GPA, the letter of references. It says that the GRE is not required for admissions. It talks about the personal statement and also an evidence of English language proficiency. So when we scroll down, this over here is where we see so right here, highlight. So it says MSU does not require certification of financial support from applicants with non-immigrant visas at the time of applying. It says the U.S. government requires, let's highlight that part as well. The U.S. government requires international applicants to show proof of funding to cover at least the first year of study if they are offered admission. And it says if you're receiving full funding from a department of MSU, you will not need to submit further financial certificate information. To understand costs associated with attending MSU, please refer to the cost of attend MSU page. So right there, you see it. You do not need to submit it at the beginning when you're applying. It is after, if you've received admission and then you did not get full funding, that's when you can provide that document. So that was our first school. Moving on to our next school. Our next school is the University of Houston. So the University of Houston, under the I-20 and financial backing information, it says the following documents, let's highlight, the following documents are not required until after, so keyword being after, until after you are offered admission. And then as you can see here, the UH letter of financial backing is on there as well. And then current bank statement is also one of the things you don't have to produce until after. Moving on to our next school, next university is the University of Southern California. So the University of Southern California, let's see, I feel like I might have to control F it just to find it again. Let's see, where did I find it? For some reason my control F is not. Let me see. Okay, so it says here how to submit your documents. It says please upload all financial documents and copy on the document tab in the supporting information segment of your application. You may do so as part of your application when you submit, or alternatively, basically, you can upload this document to your application after you have submitted. And it says, please note that there's only one upload option available. So like you can see here again, this is not something that is required for you to submit at the beginning. You can if you want to, but you can also, submit it later as well. Our next university is the University of Utah. So the University of Utah, it says, let's see, control find my bank. Okay. So it talks about the bank statement, but I'm trying to find the one. Okay, bank statement. It talks about like all the rules the bank statement needs to. Let's see, I feel like it was at the top. All right, so after you receive your I-20, so this is after you've received your I-20. That's when you now pay the fee, the online application. See, I feel like I found it at the top. Okay, so the University of Utah will begin, let's just go through the page, we'll find it. The University of Utah will begin processing your I-20 once you have been admitted to a degree-seeking program. It says admission to a certificate program does not qualify as a degree program and will not grant I-20 eligibility. So, like you can see under the general I-20 information, it talks about required documents. It says these documents are not required for admission to the University of Utah. You can submit them as soon as possible, but we will not begin process your I-20 until you have been admitted. And then it goes on. So like one of the documents, so see, as the first document is financial documents, and that's like they say up here, these are not required for admission to the University of Utah. Next, our next university is the University of Colorado Boulder. So over here. So it says, in order to satisfy the immigration regulation necessary to obtain or continue on an F1 or J1 student visa, international students need to demonstrate a proof of funding for their studies at CU Boulder and proof of English proficiency. It says, if your department accepts you and offers you full funding, the international admissions team within the Office of Admissions will verify that it satisfies the proof of funding requirement, and you will not need to complete any further paperwork. But if you're not offered funding or only partial funding, you will need to complete the international financial statement for international applicants. So all of this is done after you've gained admission to university, so another school. And look at, you can see they offer fellowships, they have teaching and research assistantships, they have teaching grants, financial aid typically international students don't qualify for. Loans you might qualify for as well. And then they say they have additional funding resources. So check this out. Our next university is Ohio State University. So for Ohio State University, it says if you are admitted, graduate and professional admission will take one of the following steps. If you're fully funded by Ohio State, we will review your funding and passport, finalize your admission, and issue your student visa. If you're not fully funded, we will ask for a copy of your passport, if not previously submitted, and we will begin your financial review. And then it says here, before we can issue a student visa, admitted international students who are not fully sponsored by Ohio State are required by law to show clear evidence that they have sufficient funding to pay for all tuition and living expenses while at the university. And then it talks about where the fund can come from. And it says, on the affidavit, you'll be asked to identify where your financial support is coming from and to provide proof of this support in the form of financial documents, aka bank statement. That's another school to look at. Ohio State have a lot of funding opportunities. They have graduate assistantships, they have teaching assistantships, so definitely consider that. The next school we'll look at is, I think, UMBC. Let's go down to see their full acronym. I always forget. So it's the University of Maryland, Baltimore County. So for them, in regards to, let's see, where's their bank statement? I feel like I'm always missing it. Where else did it say? Okay, let's see. Let's start at the top. I feel like I just started at the top and then work my way there. So an I-20 is the name of an immigration document required to apply for an F1 visa, and it talks about who provides it. It says to make an I-20 for you, ISSS, which is the international office, must verify that you have been admitted, that your personal information is correct, and that you have adequate funding to cover the cost of your education in the U.S. And it talks about what you will need. So they will need a copy of your passport. They will need your financial documentation and a letter of financial support. And as I said here, you have to be admitted before you have to provide these documents as well. And then moving on to our last school. Our last school is Morgan State University, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yep, Morgan State University. So Morgan State University, let's see, right here, it says the I-20 process cannot begin until you're admitted to a program. It says you must complete the financial certificate form and provide proof of liquid finances to cover 1 year's worth of expenses, which includes tuition, fees, both incidental and living, and is required to be issued an immigration document. And you can go find that document. Let's see. And then it talks about like the admission package, the application process. It says once you have submitted your online application and all required documents, your application will be first reviewed by the School of Graduate Studies to verify that all the materials that have been received and that applicants meet the minimum requirement for admission. All applications will be prepared and ready for review by the proposed graduate program coordinator in which you seek admission. The School of Graduate Studies will send an official decision once the graduate program coordinator renders an admission decision. All right, so those are the different universities. There should be 8 different universities I'll show you that do not require you to submit proof of funding at the time of admission. You are able to submit it after you've received admission. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you like it, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Also make sure to share and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, my name is Winnie Bush. Have a good day, y'all.